This is the solution to WEC 16.2. Okay. Okay, so by finding 2 points. So, well, if I call this point A, and this one point B, those ones that are singled out, the coordinates of point A are -1, 1, -1, -1, I mean, and the coordinates of point B are 1, 2. Then reading from this, we can calculate delta x and delta y. So delta x is the change in the x's, so 1 minus -1, that is 2, and delta y is 2 minus -1, which is 3, and therefore the slope m is delta y over delta x is 3/2. Okay. Fine, so now it says, without doing it algebraically, doing it only visually, determine the slope. Well, again, we could just count 1, 2. So the fact that we had to count 2 to the right means that delta x is 2, and the fact that we have to count 1, 2, 3 going up, that tells us that delta y is 3. Therefore, m, the slope, is delta y over delta x, which is 3/2. And of course, that's in agreement with part A. Now find the equation of the line through those 2 points. Of course, the way I wrote it, this one here is point A, and that one is point B. So now we want to find the equation. So y minus y1 is equal to m multiplied by x minus x1. That's the point slope equation of a line. I'll use x1, y1 equal to b, point B, and m is 3/2. So y minus y1, so y minus 2 is equal to 3/2 multiplied by x minus x1, so that's 1. So y minus 2 is 3/2 x minus 3/2. I could add 2 to both sides, so y is 3/2 x minus 3/2 plus 2. But 2 is 4/2, so -3/2 plus 4/2 leaves 1/2. So that'd be y is 3/2 x plus 1/2. So an alternative way to see this is, well, because the slope is 3/2, you can see that if when you go over 2/2, 1, 2, you end up going up 3/2, 1, 2, 3. You can tell that the y-intercept is 0/2. And therefore we could use y equals mx plus b with m is 3/2 like before, and b is half, coming from the y-intercept, and therefore y is 3/2 x plus half.